Good evening, everybody. I am here with Emma as always, and we are joined by the legendary Jesse Island,
What's up,
promoter
everybody?
of all great things in Austin. But as always, if you'll give me about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, I'm going to share this podcast to the rest of the groups, and then we will get rolling.
Cool. Thanks for having me on. Happy Hump Day,
Yeah.
my dudes.
Travis, I see you put a hat on today, so no one has
Well,
to
hey, look, I'm trying to show the company a little bit of love. I need to find my proper 3 hat. I really liked that one too.
Need to get a haircut.
Well, that's not a problem that we share, Jesse.
This is true, sir. I've been blessed with thick hair.
You have fantastic hair.
Thanks, Travis.
I'm completely jealous of it.
I'm not trying to dig a hole deeper, man. I get it. 1 in 3 men over the age of 35 goes through male pattern baldness at some point in their life. I'm just happy I'm not one of those 3.
You've really done your research.
Watch a lot of YouTube ads.
Anybody who's so I was always told that by the way, we're on with all the groups now. But I was always told that it came from the mother's side, but my mom's dad passed away with a full head of hair for the most part.
I've been told that too, that it skips a generation. So it's not your mom's dad, it'd be your I don't know.
There's no way that's real.
All I know is that my mom's dad had a full head of hair, but my dad is bald as the day is long. You know, like he's just down to this little part. He doesn't do the full shave either. He holds on. But like even like when he was in his late 20s, like he was like full on chrome dome, you know?
Not only do we connect contractors, but we also give out hair advice.
Yeah. That's right. Men's hair advice can be pretty crucial. Okay. Otherwise you end up looking like this. All right. Aquanet hairspray too from back in the 90s. All right.
Have you heard of the term hat fishing before?
Oh my gosh, Travis, you're a hat fisher.
What is that?
It's like catfish, but with a hat. So, you know, you look great until you take the hat off and then no hair. Hatfish.
Ooh.
My profile picture has me without a hat, so I feel like I'm not catfishing anybody.
You're not a hat fisher for sure.
And in general, like I said, I just like to promote, you know, different companies. Like I said, I have a Proper 3 hat. I have a First Concrete hat. I have a Dumpasaurus hat still, so I like to wear those. But yeah, let's get rolling. So we are now, I believe, so there's 8 days left in October, 9 days. So we're 17 days away from the BBQ Cook Off. And on the Facebook event, we have well over 600 responses at this point. Just linked out, like Jesse and I talked about yesterday, just linked out in every single one of those comments on my post about the free free wristband giveaways. Linked out for a 20% discount to all those people. And got a lot of really positive feedback from that. And so the tickets are really starting to move, which is exciting. And we're starting to get cooks and we're getting close to the number of vendors we want to have and sponsors. We still are looking for a little bit more of each, but we're on the way there for all of those. And I feel like we're pretty close on track.
I'm excited to be working with y'all on this and to do something this big. You know, when you do something that is, you know, really monumental and, you know, sets a new trend or, you know, does something that no one's ever done before, it's difficult. And it gives me a feeling of like almost regret's the wrong word, but it's like, you know, almost like I can't do it. I get butterflies in my stomach and I feel very unsure about things. I'm getting those feelings now doing this event. And I only get those feelings when I feel like it's truly difficult. The Chicken Wing Fest made me feel this way. The shutting down 3rd Street and doing a realtor block party last year made me feel this way. These small little handshake happy hours don't make me feel this way. So
no, I mean, how many have you been to at this point?
This year or in total? I've lost count.
Put a total number on it, because I've been going to these things for like 7 years, back when the Tatum brothers used to throw them.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to them.
Shout out to Chuck. Yeah, good guy.
Chuck and Josh threw some bangers.
Yeah, I got to do an event with Chuck last February called Big Mixer Tiny Month, and we had like 150 turnout. It was really cool, and I got to work with Chuck and Derek Smith, and I really like collabing with those two. And y'all, I'm looking forward to this event immensely. We've got 17 days. We got to run through a lot of tape, but for the people out there that are coming, you guys are in for a world of surprise. Obviously, all you can eat barbecue, and we're in Texas, but we're donating with a charity that works here in Austin, Camp Bluebonnet. My friend Alexis, been working with her for probably 3 or 4 years in different charities that she's worked with. It's a family-friendly event. The space is really cool. It's the same size as Chicken Wing Fest, but there's so much more to do. There's a lot more hands-on games. The bar itself is, I feel like, a big improvement over the last big food fest that I did. It's a nicer bar. It's a newer bar. Yeah, for everybody that's coming, get your tickets now before we sell out, and get in line early before all the meat is gone. It's gonna be an awesome Saturday.
Yes, I cannot wait.
I'm so excited.
So Emma, you've been there a few times to shoot content. What do you think of the place?
I have. I love it. It's such a great outdoor and indoor spot. And also it's not like too outside for some people, because there's shaded areas, there's spots to hang out. You can also go inside. I absolutely love that place. As you know, I've been there many, many times. Yes. I'm really excited though.
Really,
I think people forget to take into equation the layout of a place when they're doing an event. It's Texas, right? If we were to do anything outside, it would almost be unbearable.
Right.
The Chicken Wing Fest had a lot of trees and cover, and that's why it was successful. We're doing this in November, so even though it's still hot out here now, it'll be even less in a month. And like Emma mentioned, there's a lot of tree cover. There's a lot of covered portions, like patio pavilions. I'm sure I'm fucking that up, but there's a lot of shade in general. So if you want to be in the sun, you can, but it's like 80% shaded.
It's
and even where like the vendors are going to be set up, there's lots of shade from the trees and stuff. So it'll be a good spot.
They have that cool trail that basically loops around the whole thing. We're going to be able to set the vendors up along.
Yeah.
It's going to be very much like almost a festival type feel to it. And you're right about the shade, Jesse, because that part is so crucial. Even in November, as you know, the biggest complaint and drawback of the first BBQ Cook Off was that we hosted it in the last weekend of August last year, and on a blacktop asphalt lot during the hottest summer that I think most of us can remember. And
it was pretty brutal last summer. You're right.
Yeah. And so like that event was kind of brutal. People were like, they're dying out there, not literally, but like it was really warm and whatnot. So
you're doing things night and day different from what you did last year. Forget, adding me to the team, but on a grass area versus blacktop, different date. So you're not getting the heat, using an actual location that has a bar and facilities attached to it, which makes
working bathrooms are important.
Yeah, running water is something that we forget, until I'm not going to say his name because he does a couple events around town, but there's a flipper who does an event, and he'll do an event mid-flip, which sounds cool until you realize that means there's no power and there's no water. So when you bring people, especially ladies, to a house that's dusty and there's no power and there's no water, of course, it's not going to turn out that way. And yet he still is confused as to why he doesn't have a turnout.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. But
yeah, I think you do. It's okay. Good event, but bad application.
It just throw a generator on that thing and hop on down to the water meter and crank that thing for a little bit.
Pay $100 for a porta-john for the afternoon. Maybe $150 for one of the nice ones with a sink in it. Yeah. Well, what I've learned from working with you guys is, we're not. We're definitely pulling out the stops, but we're doing it in a way that we're focused on the guest. It's not that no expense is too little or anything, but we're putting value in places that should have value. And I feel like a lot of people that want to throw an event, just pick a place, start hosting it, and they forget about the guest experience along the way. That's something that I think we're leading with, and will obviously be demonstrated to the people that are able to show up on Saturday.
Yeah.
On the 9th, not like in 3 days online.
And the cool thing is too, I mean, we have some judges that have some pretty big followings. Lily has picked out some people. I think they all have at least 100,000 people on Instagram that are following them. They've taken parts of food festivals and things like that. So she's really done a good job finding the judges for that. And then we have some really good contestants lined up. But like I said, if we could get like 2 or 3 more, there's a couple of barbecue guys I've been messaging pretty steadily. I'm gonna have to spread that out a little bit, but I was really hoping that they would join because they're really talented. They have amazing brisket. Thomas Bloodworth, and then a guy named James Travis Smith, ironically, which is my name.
Wait, your first name is James?
Yeah, my first name is James.
No way.
The exact same name.
Very few people who are named James actually go by their first
I
name.
am literally going to start calling you that now.
I really hope you don't. My parents named me James, and then from day one only called me Travis.
We could have been Jesse and James this whole time.
Dude, that sounds good together.
All right, maybe for some we can switch that up for an event.
Austin BBQ Cook Off by Jesse and James.
That has a ring to it.
J&J.
And hopefully, and I'm not going to put the cart before the horse because we do still have 17 days and we'll see how the event goes. But hopefully this is only the beginning of collaboration that Contractor Connection does with Jesse and vice versa, and just helping him out. And it's just another way to create some win-wins for everybody all the way around. Builds exposure. It's great for the sponsors. They get great brand exposure. I mean, some of them have been up on the flyer, the ones that got in early. They've been up on that flyer for like 2 or 3 months.
I can only hang out for about 10 more, but I want to mention to anybody that is a sponsor, considering sponsoring, right? One of the more important things about this is exposure, but, we deal with sponsors in insurance, roofing, title. They'll spend $150, $200, $300 to meet one person, take them out to dinner, kind of wine them and dine them. For, a little bit more than double that, you're getting in front of hundreds of people, not just one. So it really helps maximize your dollar, not just to get that guest list back, but then to have people see you interacting in the community, because no one cares about their insurance agent or their title company until it's time to use it. It's not like, you keep that in the top of your mind. So you want to be that person that, people associate with the community, being friendly. And what better way to do that than to hop on to an established, company and, event thrower that have a track record of already doing things successfully. Let's just get you in front of more people here in our city and, kind of put your name synonymous with fun events, charity, and giving back. For the price that you pay to take 2 clients out and get in front of a couple hundred. Yeah.
And that was really well put, Jesse. I've got a hard time following up with that. But yeah.
You just want to be there. This is going to be the most fun event ever.
Yes. And like Jesse said, you've thrown Chicken Wing Fest, which was massively successful.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, our tacos and tequila event that we put on in June, that was our last big event.
That was also a lot of fun.
I consider that a smashing success.
I agree.
And so, we know what we're doing. And a lot of the people, a lot of our friends that show up to these, it's not just us, but we have a lot of friends that do show up to a lot of these, and they help make it a good time. You mentioned Derek Smith earlier. He's somebody else who puts on a lot of really good networking events in Austin. I have a lot of love for him and no issue, give him a shout out right here.
Shout out Derek.
Yeah. But he shows up to almost every Contractor Connection event. And when he's there, the party's on, because shots of tequila are fixing to start happening within like 30 minutes of Derek being there. Oh, there's shots of tequila.
This is on brand.
Yes, there is going to be a Micheletta vendor there, Angel. And the cool thing about that is while we are not dealing with the alcohol because it is at a bar,
That's right.
So they're going to be handling all the alcohol and the liquor partnerships and things like that. There will be a Michelob vendor there, and then you can go buy the beer from the bar and just have it right then and there.
And the beauty of using a bar for this is it's a full bar. So you don't have to take advantage of the couple different brands that, we're working with them that are going to be, some tequila brands will be doing some free samples. They're going to have some reduced beer prices. It's not going to be festival pricing. We've got the location for the afternoon and these guys are really working with it. That's the other point I wanted to hit on. Oak Hill Social. I've never done an event there, but after meeting their ownership and walking the site now 2 or 3 times, I'm impressed with the facility. It's clean. It's modern. It's something that wasn't there before. This was a gas station up until maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And
it still shows up on some things as that, but it's like, it's such a cool place.
These guys have a real opportunity to springboard their own success here. They're already doing great things, but, I think another goal of this event would be to bring in new business to this venue. And that's something I have a lot of experience with. When we go to these places that people have never been to before, I did an event a couple of weeks ago called The Secret of September. You guys were there. And
that was 90%, by the way.
Thanks. That was my last real estate one for the year. I'm done.
And we got him as the point as you made, because Jesse, y'all have to understand, Jesse gives these fantastic speeches in the middle of it, which I will never do at a Contractor Connection event. All right. I don't grab the mic. That ain't for me. Maybe Emma will if she has enough drinks.
Hey, I didn't grab a mic. There was no mic. I've got.
Oh yeah, there's no mic. But Jesse's talked about you should be leaving there meeting new people. And sure enough, from this private event that Jesse put on, which the whole thing was just cool all the way through, we got 3 different lunches out of that.
Yeah, I met new people and I pretty much handpicked the guest list. It was a lot of fun and almost no one had been to that location before. So not only did we get to, have people connect, get to, have a really, really cool event, show our sponsors that they can, get their exposure out there, right? Because some of these places are really sensitive about, using their marketing budget for something like this. They'd rather use it more passive and just do an ad and kind of collect stuff like that. So this is, you have to earn their trust, but now we're also bringing in value to the venue. People that are going to come back there and repeat and then bring more and more people there. Hey, I was at the Secret of September. Come to this bar Prohibition. It's a cool spot. From there, that's how business is made. In my mind, Travis, Emma, I want people to come to our event on the 9th and then come back to Oak Hill Social and use that as their meeting point. Use that as their where they do their, like co-working or co-networking, hey, let's go grab a beer at what's that place they did the Contractor Connection event? Oh yeah, Oak Hill Social. That's what I want to get, because then they'll see the lift in new business. And then when we ask to come back in the future, it'll be a no-brainer.
Yeah, I definitely want to do future events there. Obviously, as you know, as well as anybody, when throwing events, you have to kind of spread it around town, right? So when we threw one event down at some place like Oak Hill Social, which is amazing, we get to capture all of South Austin, downtown and whatnot, and Dripping Springs, Kyle Butte, and all of that. And then the next event we can do somewhere up Wells Branch area, Round Rock or Pflugerville type area, or even, just north of downtown on the east side, something along those lines. And then you get all the people kind of from downtown and the north side to go there. That river divides this city as like how far people are willing to travel.
It's surprising to me how much people bitch about traveling in the second largest state in the country, like, north, south. People really do gripe about that. I think it's important to mix it up, but at the same time, it's a 20-minute drive if you live up north. Get in your fucking car, give some money to charity, come have a good time and eat eat all you can eat barbecue.
Yeah.
It's awesome. There's going to be traffic regardless. Suck it up.
And the traffic shouldn't be that bad. And it looks like what he said.
Yeah, it's Saturday morning.
Yeah, it looks like what he said about the construction in that area wrapping up is coming to fruition, because the last time I was down there, they've rerouted a lot of roads. And so
that's a good thing to mention, parking. We're not charging for parking for this event, which I did for Chicken Wing Fest. So your ticket includes free parking. There's parking for probably 200 or 300 cars right on site. And then for anybody that's overflow, it's a very short walk across the street. So we're not going to require shuttles or, obviously rideshare, Uber, Fetty, those are encouraged, especially if you're going to be, boozing.
We
but
definitely
for those,
encourage
that,
rideshare if you're going to be drinking.
yeah.
Always.
But, you don't have to buy a $25 ticket and a $20 parking ticket. And, $25 gets you in. Come park, have a great time, vote for your favorite, and, take some photos, eat, drink, and be merry.
You could even win a shed.
That's right. We are going to be giving away, this was my idea to do something cool. And I proposed this to Oscar, and, I said, let's build a shed in live time and then donate it. And I was thinking in my mind, a little, 2x3 tool shed.
That's not how Oscar rolls.
I've seen the blueprint. This is a 10x10. I think it's going to have power and insulation. It is. Yep. This is something that would cost a few $1,000s if you were to get like a prefab from Home Depot. But you're going to get to see it built from the foundation up live November 9th, 10 to 4. That's when I'll be there. And the winner whoever enters in we're going to give away a shed to somebody. One of you lucky listeners is going to get it.
Yep. That right there is worth the price of admission.
Yeah. I know I can't win, but I want the shed. I think I gotta get out of here. I'm getting called on my other hotline. I'm a popular guy. Thank you guys for making the time to bring me on. And
thanks as always for joining us, Jesse.
You're welcome. I'm sure I'll see you before the event, but for everybody else on the call, November 9th, 10 to 4, Oak Hill Social down in South Central Austin. Come get yourself a ticket. Partial proceeds go to charity, and the rest money goes to Contract Connection, which means it stays in the city.
Party on, man.
Later, y'all.
Okay. And then there we go.
Jesse always brings so much energy. It gets me fired up. All right. Now, Emma, we have an event. When? What's
2
this week?
Tomorrow.
We have one tomorrow.
October 24th, 6 to 9 p.m. This one is going to be at Fast Friends Beer Company, and we are just all going to hang out, chat, drink, have a good time, get to know one another, and all that fun stuff. And then Friday, we are going to be at Social Beer Garden, also 6 to 9. And the same thing, just networking and drinking and partying.
For the Thursday happy hour networking event, I believe we'll have our lending exclusive sponsor, Rachel Christian, there. We'll also, I think Terrytown Roofing will be there. If not, a big shout out and thanks to them for sponsoring the event, as well as Shannon Sledge, who is, if you need staging in real estate, she is the person that you need to talk to. Knows what she's doing, is incredibly sharp. And I've worked with her personally. I've known her. She's honestly probably one of the people I've known the longest, and worked with her on a whole different bunch of levels. And she's just always been amazing. So it'll be a really cool chance to meet those people. Letty Johnson, who's our insurance sponsor and also sponsor of the event, she can't make it out there. But in the future, she'll be there. And it's just a good chance to meet them. It's a good chance to meet other members of the Austin contractor community. You're going to meet people who are going to recommend your business for you. And as you know, there's nothing better than that. Come make some referral partners. Come make some new friends. Come meet the Blue Collar Barbie. We're going to be having a great time. And then, we go off to Houston, where Friday night at the Beer Garden Social?
Beer Garden HTX.
Yes. I've already spoken to a few Houston friends on Facebook, and between Eventbrite, we're at over 160 responses. Big shout out as always to Michael Soto, who's our exclusive insurance person in Houston. He's a sponsor of this event. I apologize. We have 2 sponsors for the Houston event that I don't remember off the top of my head. But we will give a shout out to them in the group, in both the groups and on my personal page, to make sure we give a big thanks to them and floss their brand for them. Because that's what we try to do. We try to make sure, we get the data to you if you sponsor. So you have some clients you can talk to. You're allowed to speak at the event if you're a sponsor, but you also get to be part of the marketing that goes into it. And there's a lot of digital marketing. There's a lot of digital money that goes into all of these. And we get in front of a ton of eyes, whether it's Contractor Connection or for whatever reason, my personal page.
You're like famous on your personal.
It doesn't make any sense, and it never will. But thankfully, it helps when it comes to promoting my real estate listings and Contractor Connection, right? So, yeah. But yeah, so we have the Houston one, and then Emma is already working. So Emma's going to be doing our happy hours from here on out. And we're already cranking on. We're not going to have a happy hour in Austin or Houston in November because we're doing the BBQ Cook Off November 9th that we just talked about. And then November 16th in Houston, we're doing a really big tacos and tequila, which is going to be an absolute banger. But we are going to be doing a happy hour in San Antonio and in Dallas. So we're going to start bringing those together. The Dallas group is really starting to take off. It's almost caught the Houston group in terms of number of people in there. And Houston and Dallas combined are pretty soon going to catch to Austin. So that's pretty cool to watch. But Emma is working hard. She's finding the place. She's lining the things up. And she's going to put her touch on these events.
The magic touch. Hoping to have all of that out in the event page up within the next week or so for our November happy hours. But we'll be back with Austin happy hours in December.
Absolutely. Yes, we will. I know we took a little bit of time off this summer. But now that honestly, we've gotten so busy with the group that it has become more difficult to do events. But Emma not only is super talented in front of the camera and making content, but she's also really talented at helping us organize things like this event and reaching out to sponsors and things like that. So because of Emma, we'll be able to consistently have the happy hours in these 4 cities now. We won't always be at one of those, but we're going to be having people that we're meeting in those cities that we're going to start taking over our spots because we want these places to be locally run. That doesn't mean we won't show up to most of them. We just won't always be at all of them. It's a lot of driving.
And we're busy.
I got kids.
I don't have kids, but I do have a roommate.
Yeah. And she needs attention too.
Yes, she does. She's actually sitting right here.
Awesome. But yeah, so we have some really cool stuff coming up. Obviously, the biggest thing right now is the happy hour tomorrow and Friday, and then the BBQ Cook Off and the tacos and tequila. If you're in Houston or Austin, basically we got 2 events in the next 3 to 4 weeks that are going to be amazing events. You're going to meet a lot of people, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. We'll be shooting content at those. If you might be a lucky person, Emma might even get an interview with you that we'll end up posting and using for our content. And yeah, it'll be pretty cool.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Emma, we have the content packages and you did a video of that. We tagged everybody on those. Tell us, like, from your perspective, what is an advantage? Like somebody calls Emma instead of somebody else. Why, what are they going to get for that?
I just feel like you're getting content that, we can make personal. A lot of people want to watch videos. We've already talked about the tunnel you go down when you're scrolling on TikTok. If there's no personality in it, no one's going to watch it. You want people who are engaged and asking questions that make your business stand out, which is something I make sure to do in every video I do for people. Whereas in some that I've seen, it's not very entertaining and won't really bring people in. And that's just like really the main thing is just making sure every question that I ask, I want it to be, why do you stand out? Why should people choose your business? And we always make sure to get that footage basically in the first 10 seconds of the clip. That way people are drawn in and you also get entertaining videos.
Absolutely. And a huge shout out to Yaritza, who helps us so much with
my camera girl.
with all those videos. And then, but I don't think what people realize, Emma does the editing for the videos too. Like,
that is me.
You got some talent. So again, really excited. We have people starting to fill up the schedule for the content. So if you want to be a part of it, we have a bunch of different packages for different businesses. This is a great time to build that brand going into, we have a couple more months and then we're going to start getting busy again. I think we're going to get busy early next year. So build that brand, get your marketing in, get your content built up, and get ready to grow your business, and let us help you do that.
I'm so excited for the packages. There's lots to choose from too. So it's not very like one way or the other. There's tons of different packages. You can do add-ons, all that good stuff. So it'll be fun.
And you can find those on the Contractor Connection ATX website. Emma now has her own tab on there as Blue Collar Barbie. And the packages are on there. You can sign up through there. You can also reach out, just start the conversation with us, kind of seeing if it would be a good fit. You can also always reach out via Messenger to me or to the Contractor Connection team. And you can also email us at info@contractorconnectionatx.com. And one of those ways, somebody will get back to you.
Someone will respond.
Yes, probably Lily, but it might be Emma, or occasionally it might be me. Who knows? But yeah, I think that about covers it. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We really hope to see y'all at the events. These are a big part of what we do. And I know, there's tickets, wristbands for the barbecue event, but the rest of these events are free. They're free to go. They're free to meet people. And you're coming out, you're supporting other local small businesses, and you're meeting them. And they're coming out to support you. So if you're in South Austin or in Austin tomorrow, where are we stopping by from 6 to 9, Emma?
Yes, 6 to 9, Fast Friends.
Fast Friends. And if you're in Houston on Friday from 6 to 9, we're going to be at
Social Beer Garden, HTX, 6 to 9. You were pointing to me.
I was, but it's weird because it's like mirrored.
I know. Every time I try to fix my hair, I'm like, wait. And then I had to find the right side.
I feel you on that. But thank you all. Thank you so much, Emma. And we will see you all this time next week.
Bye.